Hello, House of Style students. We're now going to move into our housing unit. So we're going to go into the module tab over here, and we'll be working within Unit 4, Intro to Housing. So if you open up that tab under modules, you'll find all of the resources you're going to need for this unit. Your first task is going to be to open up this housing topic resources document. In this document, I've linked in a variety of different housing styles from around the world. You should open up 3 or 4 of those resources, skim, look at pictures, and then decide on one that you found most interesting. You're going to have to do quite a bit of research and build a presentation about this one housing style, so make sure you look through a couple options and pick one that you are most interested in. Once you've picked, let's say we want to research a yurt. We are going to go back into the module here for housing and open up Cultural Housing Worksheet. This is where you'll be documenting a lot of your research, and you'll find some more directions. So our objective, compare traditional style housing needs across the world. Choose a housing style to research. That was the document we just looked at, and we said we were going to maybe pick a yurt. Again, you pick whatever you are most interested in. As you research, you're required to use 3 different resources. I gave you a link to one resource. You'll have to find 2 other good resources. And at the end of your presentation, you'll have to make sure to cite your sources, and I've given you a couple different options to use here for that. There are 7 different questions I've given you, and some of them have a couple different parts to them. Your topic might have more information about materials, but might be limited with information about natural disasters. That's okay. Make sure you're fully researching, and if there just isn't a lot of information on one question, make sure you're fully answering the others that there is a lot of information on. The last question here allows you to provide any fun facts, unique stories, specific details that might not fit into the other questions I've given you. Once your research has been completed, you're going to fill out this T-chart. On the left side, you're going to put similarities of your housing style to your own home that you live in. So for example, if the house you're researching has carpet and so does the home you live in, that would be a similarity. On the right side, you're going to document any differences. So let's say that your home you live in has different rooms, divided out into bedroom, kitchen, living room area, but the housing style you're researching is just one open room. That would be a difference. So document as many as you can think of from your research you've completed. Once those steps are done, you're going to move into step 3. Step 3 asks you to pretend you are a realtor who lives in the region of your housing style. You've been asked by a family to provide information to them about your country or region and housing style. Your job is to create a presentation for the family and provide them with all of the necessary information they would need to know about moving to the area. So in this presentation, or the method you can use, I've given you 3 options. You can use Adobe Spark Page, Book Creator, or iMovie. These are all apps on your iPad, and you've most likely used 1, 2, or maybe even 3 of these in your other classes. So pick one you're most familiar with, or if you want to explore a new option included from these 3, that's okay as well. If you need a refresher or you're new to one of those, I've linked in this module how-tos for each option. Remember, as you're making this presentation, you're going to be presenting the information to a family as if you were a realtor and they're thinking about moving to the area. So your Adobe Spark might be a web page you would share with them about what it's like living in the area. The movie, maybe it is a commercial or an informational video you've put together. Book Creator could be set up as a brochure, a magazine, again, that you would give the family to educate them. So you can check out those videos if you need some help step-by-step of how to build within those different presentation methods. Back to the same worksheet, continuing with the details. what we need to include. We need to include all information that you've researched. So all of those questions you added the information, that all needs to be put together in the presentation, and you should organize it by similar content and topics. Also, I do not want you to question and answer with the information. So don't just write what kind of material is used and then answer it like we did on this document. You might have headings, but instead make it simple, material, and then go in detail explaining the materials, provide picture examples to back up your information. You also need to include a sketch and describe a typical floor plan of the housing style. You might find a picture that has the floor plan already laid out for you, and you might need to add in where is the bathroom, where is the bedroom, or other specific areas. Note that your area might not have an indoor bathroom or other things that we have where we live now. So you need to keep that in mind. Not all of this will be included, but you need to show any specific or unique living areas for this housing style. As you are creating your presentation, you should be checking in here with the rubric, and you can kind of see the breakdown of points, all the information, floor plan. You need to have a minimum of 6 pictures, but you can definitely have more. Make sure you've hit all of these different areas. Organization, so grouping things together correctly, making sure it flows well. Pictures have descriptions and they're not just placed randomly. Also, make sure that you're using your creativity. Things are legible and make sense. Those 3 resources you have to include. You should cite those at the end of your presentation. Now, the last item here is a Canvas discussion. So let's go back to the module tab. When your website, iMovie, book is completed, you will submit it into Housing Style Project Turn-In right here. And then you will be able to view your classmates' projects. You should be viewing them on the side of, okay, now you're the family, you're the person thinking about moving there, and you need to pick which one you think is most interesting or you would be most likely to move to. I've now opened the cultural housing discussion. This is where you need to reflect on the style that you like most, other than your own, and why you would move there. So post your discussion and then respond to 2 classmates. I've included some examples of sentence starters for you. I agree with, this place sounds interesting because, I have a question about. So again, you are responding to or talking about one style you're most interested in, and then comment on 2 classmates' posts. Going back to the module here, let's recap all of the things you need to know because it's kind of a big project. You're first going to pick a housing style topic to research. You're going to make a copy of the cultural housing worksheet in Google Docs, research the information, and keep track of your 3 resources. You're then going to turn this into a presentation using Adobe Spark, iMovie, or Book Creator. How-to resources are linked right here. You will submit that presentation here into Housing Style Project Turn-In. You'll be able to view your classmates, make 1 discussion post about where you would live and why, and then comment on 2 classmates. As you're working on this project, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me and let me know how I can assist you.